Hola, soy Gordo de LightSpeed Spanish. Hi, I'm here on my own today because I want to do something that's pretty special, and it's all about how to best manage ser and estar, and also how to best manage the preterite and the imperfect. And what I want to do is I want to focus on the kind of the was in the past. Okay, there are 4 wases. Yeah, for example, he was a teacher. He was angry. Okay. He was here for an hour. And it was a great party. Okay. Now all of those are different, and yet in English, was. Okay. So it can cause confusion, and so what I would like to do is I'm going to see if I can help you to put into place some rules, some little tips, ways of rethinking. Okay. And we're going to start with ser and estar. Okay, because for you to be able to do a was correctly in the past, you must understand ser and estar. Now if you haven't got that clear, failure, fracaso total. Okay, so let me see if I can help you to get ser and estar. First, in the first video, ser and estar. Second video, preterite imperfect, past. Okay, so let's start. When you first started learning Spanish, or if you just starting to learn Spanish, you probably have heard that ser is permanent and estar is temporary, and we talk about this in our videos, and that works. And the way to remember is that estar has a T in, and it's a T for temporary. Okay? But it doesn't always work, and sometimes it doesn't help. Okay? It can actually cause confusion if you think about location. 99 times out of 100, location is estar. Okay? And that's not temporary, really. ¿Dónde está Perú? So what I'd like you to do first of all is take location in your mind, push that to one side, because that's just a little thing that happens in Spanish. When you're talking about location, es estar, unless what? Unless it's an event, something you've been invited to, something with tickets like fiesta, funeral, bautizo, obra de teatro, things like that. Okay, so anything that you've been invited to, that's organized, that has a ticket, that's going to be ser. But apart from that, locations estar. So let's just leave that there for the moment. What I'd like to focus on more is everything else. Okay, now when you read the textbooks, they'll say ser is a descriptive tense, estar is talking about state, and that's true as well. If you think about the name for the United States, it's Los Estados Unidos, the States United. Okay, an estado is a state. All right, but that doesn't always help. It doesn't always help to say, well, yes, it's a state. Okay, because you could think, well, he's a teacher, and that's a state to be in, to be a teacher or not. So the way that I've learned to kind of explain it is this. Imagine we have joint beliefs. Okay, we have something that everybody believes. I hope this video is not too dark. Okay, the light's disappearing rapidly. So we have shared belief. Now what I mean by shared belief is this. The sky is what color? Blue. El cielo es azul. The sky is blue. Everybody knows the sky is blue. You don't have to think about it. What colour is the sky? Blue. And yet, it's not always blue, is it? It's not blue every day. Certainly not in England. It's no, 2 weeks of the year. But we still say the sky is blue. That's because we know that that's a shared belief. So when you have what you call a shared belief, something that we know to be true and constant, then we use ser. Okay? The sky is blue. What colour is a banana? The banana is yellow. Okay, everybody knows a banana is yellow. If you draw a banana, you're going to draw a yellow banana. Okay, so un plátano es amarillo. So a banana is yellow, and we use ser because that's the shared belief. Now we all know that bananas are not necessarily yellow. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they're black. Okay? So what happens is when something falls outside our expected belief, what we expect to be true, then we use estar to show that this is not what we are expecting. This is not the plan. It falls outside of the plan. Okay? So, for example, the sky, el cielo es azul claro, pero hoy está gris. But today it's grey. And because that's not the plan, we know the sky's blue, we're using estar to show that that is outside of the normal. This is not the plan. This is not what we expect. We buy some bananas from the supermarket and they're green. The ones that ripen. You buy them to ripen later. So you say, mira, el plátano todavía está verde. Okay? So that's because the banana's not the plan. That's not what we expect a banana to be. It should be yellow. And then, if we leave them too long and we don't eat them, they turn black, we say, mira, ya están negros. Están negros. That's because that's not the plan. This is outside of the normal. Now, put that in perspective with I know this is one that I've mentioned before. Let's say you have a partner. We'll talk a man having a woman partner, and you can say, mi pareja o mi mujer es guapa, and we use ser. That's because she's a pretty woman, and that's the plan, and she's always a pretty woman. Okay? But then one particular day she gets dressed up, bit of slap on, and she's ready to go out. And you look at her and she's got a lovely outfit on, and you say, que guapa estás. Okay? And you say that because what you're trying to show is that this is more than I expect. Yes, you are a beautiful person, but you're extra beautiful now. Okay? It's not a criticism, eh? When you do that in Spanish, it isn't, I don't hear, so what are you saying? I'm not pretty normally. No, it's a compliment. But what it's showing is that you use estar because that is not the plan. That's not what you expected. Okay? Can you see me? I look very dark on this screen. Maybe it'll be alright. Okay. So does that make sense? Now, let me give you an example of the wall. Okay, the wall in your house. Look at the colour of the wall. Now, it might be, let's say, this one here is beige, or it's cream. De color crema. Okay? Now, some people say, should we say la pared está de color crema? Because it could be temporary, you could change it. No, you use ser. Why? Because that is the plan. That's exactly what you have planned. Okay? Now, were somebody to come in overnight and paint it green, that's not the plan. And you would say, jope, la pared está verde, because that's not the plan. Okay? But when it is the plan, si la pared es de color crema, ser. Does that make sense? So in a lot of times deciding between ser and estar, you're saying, look, is this the plan? Is this what we expect? Or is this not normal? Okay? So if you can combine that also with permanent and temporary, yeah, then that's going to help you a lot deciding one and the other. Let me just finish with the situation of, for example, you could say, es un hombre muy feliz. Es un hombre muy feliz, okay? That's the plan, that's his personality. He's a happy man. He is a happy man. And then he's angry. And you say, que cabreado está. Okay? Because that's not the plan, that's not what you expect. When you see him, you expect him to be happy. So when he falls outside of that expectation, you use estar. Estar, to show that that's not normal, that's not what you expect. Yeah? Okay? So any of these states that we move in and out of, they're all what you call temporary states. Okay? But you can also say, sabes, es un hombre muy triste. He's a very sad man. Why? Because every time you see him, he's sad. That's who he is. Yeah? Okay? Pero hoy está contento. But today he's happy. Not the plan. Not the plan. You expect him to be miserable, and I know a few people like that. Perhaps you do too. Okay? Now it's just about, I can barely see myself in the camera, so I hope you can still see me. Right, so that's ser and estar. Alright? What you expect, the plan, or the unexpected, not the plan. Does that make sense? So add that to your little pocket of tools when you're doing ser and estar, and that should keep you 99% of the time right. Okay, so we'll move on to imperfect and preterite. Okay, hasta pronto. Adios.